I'm the guilty one. I came up with the idea to cross the Sahara.
I said that's an absolutely horrible idea. Called Kevin.
I didn't think too much. I just answered in 1 second. I say, yes, let's go. So I go.
The intent was always just to try to do something cool that had never been done before. Once we really started doing some research, we found out that we had an opportunity to do something special, I think, and that's bring attention to a really big problem, which is the lack of clean drinking water in that part of the world.
I heard about these guys who are going to run all the way across the Sahara Desert. It sounds like it would be a pretty amazing documentary to do, and we agreed. And we were talking with Matt Damon. It was his idea to try to extend the message and actually create a foundation called H2O Africa to raise awareness and money for clean water programs in the countries that we would be going through.
When Magellan joined with Live Planet to make the Runner's Expedition possible, one of the things we did first was get together and say, what do they need to make sure they can actually achieve this? And with no maps really outlining all of the desert, we knew GPS receivers and really reliable ones were a must-have in order to make sure they got from one place to the next.
Magellan provided us with huge peace of mind. We were able to really plan the expedition to begin with. And finding our route, the Magellan units were very simple, easy to understand.
There was a safety net approach that we used it for too. It was incredible. A couple of times we get lost, you know, in sandstorms or whatever, and we turn our Magellans on, and then we were able to clue into where our waypoint was and find our way out. Without them, forget it, you'd never be found.
As a producer in the field, I use the Magellan Explorers every day.
Sometimes we were lost away, then the GPS can track that. So sometime, do you remember that?
That's
one
right.
day?
Yeah.
So we would go back and track it and see, where's that?
In a place where there are absolutely no roads, no signs, no maps, nothing, if you had communications and a GPS, you could not get lost.
I don't think we could have done the expedition without it. I mean, it's not a choice. It's do or die. There were so many highs and lows during the expedition, but for me, I think the biggest thing was when we go into these villages, we'd run into these villages, and no matter how low you felt, you'd enter a village and feeling low, tired, injured, and there'd be these kids, you know, milling about the village, and they would see us and they'd crack a few smiles, and the next thing you know, there's 2, then there's 4, then there's 10, then there's 20, 30, 40, 50 kids running with us, all yelling and screaming, having a grand old time the whole time we're there, and it was amazing.
There were times when I would wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I would know that either Ray or Kevin was really ill or injured, or myself too being injured, and there's just that nagging fear, the what if we can't keep going.
Tendonitis was the worst. Tendonitis of my lower leg, I think, was the absolute worst. It was like running with a knife stabbing into my shin all the time. That's what it felt like.
There was a lot of hardship, a lot of pain and suffering by us and by the people that we experienced parts of their lives.
Take a shower, that's 2 days drinking water for some people in Africa where we were. So I mean, it really brings home again that concept of how good we have it.
We've set a bar a little bit higher for an athletic achievement.
We believed they would accomplish it. We really believed in them from the very beginning, and to now be able to sit at the end of it and help them celebrate their success is really a great feeling.
It's an amazing thing and in my life, so it's a good memory, and yeah, I learned a lot in Sahara.
It's given me a lot of confidence and the drive. I'm not doing it for myself, I'm doing it for the good of others, so it's very motivational for me.
The expedition and the film at their core are really about an incredible journey, one of the most amazing stories ever told in a beautiful way.